That's a good one right there. Heck yeah.
I used to watch the 4Kids dub every Saturday morning when I was in high school. And so Manta Oyamada is his name, but Morty is his American translated name. Anyway, and he was a shaman in the end, and they waited until like episode a billion to finally introduce that fact, even though the whole point was that he was a human the whole time. Anyway, my point is, I bet they will. Just wanted to talk about Shaman King a second.
Oh.
Any other questions about anything?
Yeah.
Having been very
What's your favorite character that you voiced so far?
Ever?
Mine's Happy because I spent so much time with him. He and I are buddies.
Yeah.
I know him, and he knows me. He knows all my
Nobody
darkest
could have
secrets.
played Happy, seriously. That voice is so perfect.
Oh, thanks.
And it's so much fun because T and I hang out occasionally in real life. We're pretty good friends. And it's always fun, especially after watching 57 episodes in 2 days. It's nice to know, it's nice to know how, like, her speaking patterns, like, it makes it a lot easier to write for Happy, and a lot more fun because I can leave little things in there that only she would get in the script. Make it fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. I love Happy because he's kind of a jerk. I love that. Like he's like your comic relief, but he'll talk crap to you if he wants to. I love that about him. I wish I could be like that.
Bigger than you?
What? Especially, if somebody's bigger than Happy?
Especially if Happy's bigger than the person.
What do you mean?
Spoiler alert.
No spoilers!
Yeah.
You see me snap at you? I can't even snap. I tried. But in my mind, I snapped to shut you up. Oh my goodness. But when I auditioned for Happy, Tyler actually wanted me to audition for Lucy as well, and when I saw her, I was like, oh, typecast. Okay, that's awesome, you know. And then I turned the page, and there was this little blue cat, and I was like, oh, he's mine. He's my soulmate. I have to audition for Happy. And I fell absolutely in love with him from the first eye. So I was so happy when I got the it was like on Christmas. Like around Christmas, I got a message on Facebook. You want to play a little blue cat? So it was a great Christmas present.
That's awesome. I didn't know that you told you over Christmas.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yes. Yes, Josh. The compliment Thea's comment from earlier. What was the first anime that got you into the whole world?
Mine is super obscure, actually. I didn't know it was anime at the time. My grandfather, was in the Navy growing up, and so he went all over the world, and for a while he was stationed in Japan. And
Okinawa?
Yeah. I don't know if it's Okinawa. I think it may have been. I'm not sure. But he learned about anime there while he was there, obviously, because it's going to be on local television. And so did his kids, including my mother. Well, when I was a kid, he had apparently collected a few, and had some VHS tapes of some really obscure stuff. And one of the first things I ever saw was a show called Space Firebird. It was a movie. Anybody ever seen it? Okay. Imagine being 7 years old and watching the end of Evangelion in the style of Captain Harlock. I had a happy childhood. And that kind of sealed the deal. I also, really crazy, who here ever knew of a show, especially if you were born in the 80s and potentially raised on this? What? I thought someone said, Josh! A show called Superbook. Oh, yeah? Remember that? It was, I love people going, oh God, Superbook. It was Bible adventures. These two kids would be facing some real life problem, and then they would go up into the attic, and there was this gigantic book called the Superbook that would then send them into the past into adventures within the Bible. And it was animated by Toei, who did Dragon Ball Z. I know, right? So that actually, those two were kind of the first, and I didn't know that they were anime. I just thought, oh, this is some insanely differently animated cartoons, but I really, really enjoyed them. And then the first show that I ever really watched that I knew was anime 100%, and that I guess kind of sealed the deal, was Sailor Moon. So, yeah, there you go. It's like Sailor Venus heart. And Slayers, which is to this day my all-time favorite. My favorite. Do you want cheese on your burger?
Should I have cheese on my burger?
Yeah.
There's one person that's like, no, I hate cheese.
Dairy, how dare you? I'm offended by your cheese. Yes.
So, John, you've seen the fourth season of Slayers that just came out a couple years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't super impressed with it. I like the animation, story kind of meh.
Yeah.
Like the second season of Slayers is still like my favorite of all time, and I think that's kind of why one of the reasons why Fairy Tail is so appealing to me is because it feels kind of like a new Slayers to me in some regards, just with a much bigger cast.
Yeah, I thought that same thing because that fourth season of Slayers, when it came out, it's like in a high def.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other one had like that soft matte finish.
Oh yeah.
Because that was of course
traditionally animated.
Traditionally animated,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one thing I just couldn't get over. And it
Yeah.
seemed like they were. The jokes in the little comic minutes
Mm-hmm.
in the first three seasons were more subtle, and here they're kind of laid into it all.
Yeah, it became like there was obviously a lot of slapstick,
Yeah.
but the fourth season just kind of relied only on that for its comedic effect.
That's right.
So it was like, didn't feel like Slayers.
That's what I liked about the early season.
Yeah.
And then the OVA then was just not in the season.
Yeah, dude, all the OVAs are brilliant. If you've never seen Slayers and you like Fairy Tail, give it a shot. Hunt it down. Like, it is so worth it. It's a classic.
It is.
It's totally worth the watch. Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh yeah? Uh-huh. Oh yeah? I've only read they've handed me all the manga past, like, starting from the Nirvana arc on, as we get it in, I'm handed another one to read, which is awesome. But yeah, I haven't seen any of the crossover stuff, and I didn't get to read any of the manga like from the beginning of the actual series. But it's so crazy looking at the manga and then looking at the show, because it literally is just like looking at a storyboard. Like the script, everything, the pictures, is almost frame by frame. Like, the show just completely uses it as a storyboard. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. I'm watching manga. Manga in motion.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes. I have not. I don't think I could handle it. That's a lot of people in a very confined space. Yes. Have you? Have you been to Comic-Con? Do you want to go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do that. Yes.
Top 5 characters in Fairy Tail, just favorites.
Especially in terms of writing for Gajiel. Because I pretty much, it's just like, dude, this guy's Han Solo. Like, I totally write that dude as Han Solo. Love Gajiel. Especially my friend David Wald, who plays him, was also, incidentally, the voice of Master Chief in the Halo Legends. Yeah. So, yeah, Gajiel. Love it! Urza. Because it's just like, Urza speaks high fantasy, so I'm just going to write her. Like, that's all she is. That's awesome. Oh, Happy. Happy's always fun. Fish jokes galore.
And did you sneak in the neutered joke?
Yes. When the first episode that I wrote was the episode in the Nirvana arc where we're introduced to Wendy and Carla. And so one of my favorite line in there was...
It's in the trailer for the...
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
That's awesome.
Happy goes up to Lucy and says, "Lucy, I'll give you my fish if you tell that vision I haven't been neutered yet."
When I saw that line, I was like, what? Happy's neutered and he didn't tell me?
I love, and then I think that episode too, when they're all deciding, all right, this is what we're going to do to fight the Eurasians, and none of them are even counting the cats in the equation. He just kind of walks over and is like, let them go about their business. They're not even going to worry about us. You want to nom on my mackerel? And...
Was that a dirty joke?
It could have been. You were holding a fish, though, so... And it was wrapped in a bow.
You're making my kitty grow up too fast. When I started recording for Happy, I wanted so badly for him to have a girlfriend. I was like, I want kittens right now. But that was before I knew about, Shadadu, Carla. So when she came in, I was like, joyous day! Good time.
How about you? 5 characters. Top
Oh my
5.
gosh.
I only listed 3.
Go ahead.
Gajil, Urza, Happy. Lucy's a lot of fun. And... That last one. There's so many.
Ichiya is amazing.
Ichiya? I know, right?
Man!
He was fun to ride for, especially like who here has seen Toriko, the dub for Toriko? Okay, you realize like the voice of the narrator is the guy who's playing Ichiya. Like how perfect is that?
It has been said that there's a possum. Man!
Dude's brilliant. The guy's absolutely perfect. Christopher Guerrero is absolutely hilarious in that role.
Random poses.
I guess Elfman. Like a man. Yeah, dude. Because like, though, you know how freaking hard it is to try to come up with real man jokes. Okay, no, wait. I'll take it back. It's a tie between Elfman and Taurus. Coming up with cow jokes, especially dirty cow jokes, is a blasty blast. We'll take you out to the pasture.
That tickled me. Oh my gosh. Alright, now I like Taurus a lot more. Who's the guy that's the clock?
Say it again? Yep,
He's one of mine, because his voice in English is so good. And he's really funny to hear. Happy, of course. I do like Carla, and Loki, and Gray, and Natsu. That was more than...
Yeah, he just goes.
There's a lot of characters. That means everybody gets to work, so everybody...
Yeah.
We love Fairy Tail.
Everybody has worked on that show at this point. Yes, in the back.
If you could cover any of Lucy's celestial spirits, which key would you want?
Not Aquarius.
Now I want Taurus.
Are you sure about that?
You know what they... No.
The bigger the axe. Maybe Aries is fun, but
Virgo.
I don't know. Virgo would be hilarious. Oh my god. Love Virgo.
Carrie Doty loves playing that role.
Yes, she does, and she does it so well. I don't know, maybe Sagittarius. Like, that dude's just funny. Plus, he's just like expert marksman. Like I could take him to a Renaissance festival and he'd fit right in.
Cancer's pretty great though. Easy.
Which one?
Cancer.
Cancer's fun too. Oh no, I actually, you know what? I would totally have Scorpio. Scorpio is a lot of fun, and plus, I'm really proud of the fact that I got to write for the first time that he ever came in, and so he has, like, in the Japanese, you know, how they all have their own special, like, little saying or quirk or whatever. In the Japanese, he always says, "We are!" And it makes no sense in English to just be like, "We are!" Like, we are what? Awesome? It's like I feel like I'm doing strong bad now. Like, I'm a vampire, and what? That's it? I'm a vampire and here's your own spaceship. So we ended up going with Wicked. And you could have so much fun with that, especially when he's like, that first episode actually where Lucy's fighting Angel and she summons Scorpio when she brings out Aquarius. He's like, oh, it's my moment of the sea, back that wicked tail up for me, baby. Just some fun stuff with that dude, and he's hilarious. Plus, not picking him just because I'm a Scorpio. Which one would you have? You have Dude Taurus?
And I am a Taurus.
There you go.
That's right. Stick with the ones you got. Yes.
Motaku.
Do you think it would win Julia or Aquarius if they went head on?
Juvia or Aquarius if they went head on? Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, they did.
Did?
It did.
That's right. Yo, they did totally, didn't they?
Tied.
Yep.
They tied.
They cancel each other out.
Nice.
There we go.
Water on water action.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Love Juvia's new move though. Grace on my love.
Grace on my love. Yes.
If you got any of the magic types in fairy tales, what do you have?
Any of the magic types?
Like
Ooh.
Oh man, that's
It's like we're going to go into a musical about the powers that we want.
Okay.
Would you be a kitty so you could fly?
Yeah, probably. I'm predictable.
Huh.